So, hello and good evening oder eben ganz gewohnt einen wunderschönen guten Abend. Hier to race number 5. I think there was no sprint races till now, and so we have, yes, fifth race of the 6th season here for the Apex Crossplay GT3 Championship on Assetto Corsa Competizione, and we are in the Netherlands and it's a little bit rainy, and we are at Zandvoort, and at the moment it looks like a good race for Jared. So let's see if they are going for long stints at the moment, or they are going for a hot lap on 43.1 at the moment. A little bit less than half of a second for Jared. And of course he's right in front of Hyajans, like in the championship. Okay, in the championship they are equal. Both have 2 wins and 2 second places after 4 races. And then we have Jorbe van Heulen at the moment on P3. Oh, a little problem here for Vermeulen, and he comes into the pit. And Jorbe van Heulen, he's used the fact that our current third placed driver, Kobe, isn't here today. So let's see, at the moment we have Kobe on 3rd place, but only, let's see, .33 points in front of Dorian Castelli, but oh, interesting, the French driver isn't here too. And it's not the only French driver we are missing, so also Adrien Galli on 4th place, no, on 5th place, isn't here today. And he's only 5 points in front of Paul, and Paul is currently on P9 in the training session. So maybe we have the... Oh, and also Fabian Radek could use the fact that 3, 4 and 5 aren't here today. But Fabian is already 66 points behind Paul. And the one is missing, the other one is back. So after 2 races that we missed him, we have Chris Egert back in the grid, and he's not only driving the Lamborghinis this season, but also could not start 2 races in a row, and so he is now on P21, but only 2 points behind Hammerlund. Let's see, he's in front of one of the Swedish drivers, so let's see. Oh, I'm here in spirit only, so hello Toby. Yeah, but like I said, maybe you can hold P3 at least for this race, because P4, 5 and 6 aren't here today. No, 4 and 5 aren't here today too. And we have, just wait, we have Paul already, let's see, 527. So he's already 60 points behind you. He has 240 points and you have 300 points. And by the way, you get some points after this race because you your current result, which is painted, not, but you know what I mean, which they cancelled, like this, is P6. So after this race you will get the points for the race in Spain. So you are not only losing points, you also get points for today's race. Let's see, not for today's race, or let's say not for today's race, but because of today, you get the points for the Spanish Grand Prix. So you won't stay at 300 points. I think, let's see, I think we can see how many points. Yo, it's 372. And this makes you, oh, almost 100 points in front of Paul. And this would be really hard for this green Ferrari driver. He's not a green driver, but it's a green Ferrari. So maybe he's green, I don't know Paul personally. So maybe he's green, but I'm pretty sure that he's not green. Yeah, and I think it's really hard, or it would be really hard for him to overtake you in this race. Maybe next week, but let's... I don't know. I can say that we see it next week. I will figure it out in 2 weeks, because next week I have my off week. So I really need to tell Jared about this fact. Maybe there will be someone else streaming, I don't know. So, and at the moment we have Urban, one of the Hungarian drivers, on top of the field. I'm not really sure what happens to Jared, but I think this, or his lap, wasn't not guilty, but it wasn't correct. So he goes over the track limits. This is why Martin is now in the lead, because his first lap was, or was counted? No, I don't know. Was guilty. And he's behind one of the two pinks. Oh. Or two in the pink. And Chris Egert at the moment on P3. And so he is able to help his former teammate Toby. At the moment he's one place in front of Paul. which brings Paul on P4. And then we have one of our Swedish drivers, Elias Svenningsson. Oh, and I think, is it Urban? No, it isn't Urban, but one of the BMW drivers with big problems. Maybe it was Norbert Ovari. Yeah, I think so. So, and at the moment we have Radek on P13, only on P13. And Jared in the lead. And at the moment he's not in front of his teammate, but in front of Urban. So, is it the first race since a long time, and without Coca, that we don't see the two Apex drivers on P1 and 2? Oh. Sorry for my level of surprise, but this is a little bit like a little sensation. Oh, and what is this? Alejandro Gonzalez is able to get in front of Hyljans 2. So is it the rainy conditions which makes Hyljans struggle, or what's the problem here? Or maybe we were able to do a lap, but not a really fast one. There is some... Oh, I don't know. It looks quite rough. So let's see, we are in the last corner. Ah, okay, and now we have P1 and P2, but it's only... Oh, and what was this? Did you see this? There was a car. And I think it was Patrice Derrick. Yeah, it was the Ray-Ban Ferrari with the Belgium driver. Oh, and by the way, one of the Swedish drivers at the moment on P3. So this is... Just wait. Melvin Milastin. And then we have Paul on P4, and this is right in front of Chris Ilgard-Rüngjanen, the Estonian driver. And then we have Dave back on P6, Alejandro Gonzalez on the 7th place. And then we have Božidar Matic, and yeah, he's the second Hungarian driver in the top 10, followed by Big Jeff Jeffrey van Boorn, who is the second Dutch driver at the moment. And then we have... Oh, just wait, no, we have Jorbe van Hoyle now on P6, the fastest Belgian driver. And we have Fabian, the German driver, now on P12, because Ovari was, for a short moment, he was on P9, but then Jeffrey did a faster lap, and so we have Norbert Ovari, the fastest silver driver, on the 10th place, followed by Matic and Radek, and then we have Victor Hammerlund, the second Swedish driver, followed by Sebastian Sandhelm, Lloyd Chapman and Sepp Lenormand, silver driver number 2, 3 and 4. Then we have Elias Svenningsson, the next Swedish Aston, followed by Patrice Strick, the Ray-Ban Ferrari, with the Belgian driver, and Robert Smith. And of course, your name is Robert Smith and you're driving the Mustang, then you're an American driver. I hope so, or sorry. Maybe he's not American, I'm not really sure. Okay, he is. Oh my goodness. And then we have Mohamed Hamza, followed by Solt Barabash and Oscar Frisk. And Frisk, the teammate of Victor Hammerlund, is losing a position because of Roland Jordan, the next silver driver, now on P18. And and here we have Kendall Slater with some problems. And then we have Atti Klaassen, the second South African driver, in front of René Lehnen. And then we have Steven Archibald, William Taylor, and Mac Mats, the three drivers without a current time. Yeah, but still in the lead, and at the moment more than 7/10 of a second faster than his teammate. We have Jared, and still only 0.02 of a second behind Hyans we have Melvin Milaston, the Swedish McLaren driver. Oh, and I think this wasn't really good. So it was a little bit out of the Bocht 10. Now he's going into Ariel Luyendyk. No, it's Kumho Bocht, and now he's going to Ariel Luyendyk Bocht. And he's starting with the Tarzan Bocht as every lap. I hope everyone started in the Tarzan Bocht. Anything else would be a little bit a problem. Oh, and two faster times, one by Hyans, who did a 1:42.6, and then we have Chris Egert now on the third place. I think the Lamborghini is going well when it's going in wet conditions. So really good performance here. And Chris Egert currently only 8 and a 60, P8 and P16. The lone Trattori. And today he seems to fight for a top place. And like I said, at the moment he's able to help Toby defending his place, because all only on the 6th place after the qualification. And is Toby, no, Chris Egert able to do another fast lap? Let's see. I think he's one of the last drivers who is able to do another lap. Kendall on P617, sorry. And we have another driver coming into, or over, no, he's coming into the pits. And P22 finished his lap. It's Patrice de Riek. Victor Hammerlund on P16, Urban P5, Jordan P19, and then we have Rinkianen and I think another driver, but okay, Rinkianen doesn't do another lap. And so we are done. So Jared in the lead, but only a little bit more than 1.5 tenths in front of Martin, who is 0.2 of a second in front of Rinkianen. Then we have Milasten, the fastest Swedish driver, in front of Urban, all on 6th place in front of Alejandro Gonzalez. Then Jorbe van Hoyle in front of Fabian Radek, who finished qualification on 9th place. Then Big Jeff, Jeffrey van Buren in front of Lloyd Chapman, Sandham, Ovary, Swenningson, Matic, Hammerlund, Slater, Lenormand, Jordan, Barabbas, Hamza, then Patrice de Riek, Robert Smith, Oscar Frisk, Atti Klaassen P25, then René Lehnen, William Taylor, Mac Matz, and Stephen Archibald. So, and like every time, we do a little commercial break before the race. And then we are here with 1 hour of, I hope it's not 1 hour of rainy action, like this weekend. So, hear you guys in 1.5 minutes.
30 seconds.
So, and now we see not a little, but a normal introduction lap. And I think we watch it from the back of our current leader. Not only for this race, but interestingly, I don't know, he's also a leader of the championship standing. Also, he and Martin have the same points and the same race number of races they are winning or having P2. So I don't know why Jared is currently the leader. So we don't have 2 first places like I thought, but we have Jared on first place and Martin on second place. So I don't know why and why not and something like this. So maybe we get some explanation for this in the next days. I'm pretty sure that we don't get the reason at this race. But we will have one clear number 1 after this race. Because whoever of these two finished in front of the other one will be the only leader. So maybe next week we saw the next next comeback or something like this, but today we will have a clear decision. So let's hope that we will have 7 or 9 races and not only 6 or 8. Let's see. We have 2 more races. Okay, so we will have a clear decision unless Coca will join us again for the last race. And maybe we use the names again.
Green light, go, go, go.
Oh, and now let's have a look. Oh, and Van Hoyle is able to overtake this Egert Rüngjanen. Oh, and Rüngjanen with a little problem here goes wide, and so also Paul is now in front of Chris Egert Rüngjanen. And whoa, what is this? I only see names. Oh, and big problems for Radek, who is now on the last position. I don't know what happens. Oh, and he's not the only driver with big problems. Who was it? Oh, it's Radek who had a big crash, and it's Taylor. Let's figure out the number 27 and... no, not 27, 720 and 111 we have to take a look for. And here we see Jared is able to get away from Marty. Marty now far away from Melvin, and Melvin over 2.5 seconds in front of Alejandro. Then we have Paul and Chris Egert now in front of Jorbe van Hoyle, and Chris Egert now on the defensive line, the inside line. And then we have Big Jeff. Oh, and Sepp Lenormand is losing, I think, at least three positions, because he was a little bit far out in the first corner at Tarzanbocht. Now we have Sandham, Urban and Slater right in front of Sepp Lenormand and Victor Hammerlund right behind the French Ferrari driver. Oh, and here we have Urban with some problems, and again Hammerlund isn't able to use this problem. The second time the driver with the problem can own. This time Urban with the next problem, and now he's behind Hammerlund, and also Patrice Deric is able... no, maybe he's not able to overtake, but he's able to attack Urban, but not to overtake Urban. And then we have Jordan, and he's losing a position against Ovary. Ovary on P16, and Barabas just waiting for the option to overtake Jordan. And we have Smith and Klaassen, Bosidar Matic on P21. Oh, and next driver with some big problems. Oh, and Van Hoyle, Jorbe van Hoyle, losing a lot of positions, and Urban is coming in for the pits. Oh, and also Radek was at the pits. Yeah, of course, he had big problems. Oh, and now he's quite in the middle of everything. Oh, and there was a little crash for Smith. What a chaotic race. Oh, and Sebastian Sandham, the next one who did a big mistake, and he's not the only one. It's also Bosidar Matic. Oh, and and it's a little bit chaotic. Urban with a 30-second stop and go, and the next one, and it's Smith again, now behind Matic. But it's... sorry, but it's total chaos. I don't know anyone except Jared and Martin, who are P1 and P2, followed by Melvin Milgaston, and then we have Alejandro Gonzalez, now on 4th place, followed by Paul and Chris Egert, and Big Jeff, Jeffrey van Buren, now on 7th place, followed by Elias Svenningsson and Kendall Slater, and Kendall now hunted by Lenormand and Victor Hammerlund. And what a crazy race here in the rain. Jordan sets pressure on Overy. And look at the BMW, it looks not really good. So normally the hood or the trunk, I don't know, isn't open like this. And Jordan and the other guys behind Jordan are trying to get in front of Overy. Yeah, but this is the problem here at Zandvoort. If you run faster in the corners, it's quite impossible to overtake, cause there are no really straights. Okay, and here is the problem by Overy. And this brings Jordan in the position to overtake the BMW and goes now on P12. Oh, and Patrice de Riet, the next one who did a big mistake. And Van Hoyle. Where is Van Hoyle? Ah, Van Hoyle is currently on P13. Also now in front of Overy, and then we have Barabbas and Radek, but Radek is one lap behind. It's totally chaotic, this race. We have Matic and Sandhelm in the pits. But it's still a little bit time till Jared and so on are picking up the back markers. So at least they have a little bit peace at the moment. But everyone behind is having a hard race, I would say. At least when we are speaking about P11 and so on. Overy now on P15. Fighting against Lenormand and Barabbas on P15. It's fighting against Radek, who is currently P25. And he tries to get the lap back, not the position. And Barabbas is defending like he's fighting for the position. Oh, and Lenormand with the next mistake, and this brings Overy back on P13. Oh, but there is... Oh, and this isn't good. Oh, and Radek. Oh no, and he get another hit. Poor AMG. So like I said, a really chaotic race. Here we have Overy fighting against Chapman and Risk. And then we have the Scottish Mustang now behind Overy. But why isn't Overy coming for the pit? Really interesting. I'm pretty sure that he would lose less time if he... Yeah, now he is repairing his damage. And Slater right behind Hammerlund, and Paul fighting against Rüngjanen. Julian's more than 3 seconds behind Vermeulen, but also a little bit less than 5.5 seconds in front of Milasten. So, and at the moment they're getting a little bit calmer, I don't know. So, oh, and Radek left the race. Oh, and Frisk here with the problem, and so he's now no, he could stay in front of Archibald, interesting, but the next problem here for Frisk, and now Archibald is on P13, and Lord Barabbas, who has Derek in his back, is getting closer to the Swedish gold driver. At the moment, Kendall is the fastest silver driver. And I think this is the second time in a row, or am I wrong? Oh, I don't know, I really don't. Yeah, I think so, cause... No, he finished P9 only, I think. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he was the fastest silver driver last week and is currently also the fastest silver driver in the standing, P8 for... No, sorry, it's Sebastian, who is the fastest silver driver at the moment and was it on at the last week. But Sebastian... Oh, also Sebastian Sandham left the race. Or am I wrong? Yeah. Also Sebastian left the race, and this makes Kendall... he's only, let's see... Oh, and Kendall is only 8 points behind Sebastian. And I'm pretty sure that Kendall will take the position from Sebastian after this race. Rosida Matic between these two. But Matic also... No, he's only on P22, but he's still in the race. Oh no, and what the fuck? Ah, come on, it's bullshit. Yeah, what the fuck? I think this wasn't a rage quit, but this was a connection failure. So, yeah, we have Martin in the lead, and like we see, we didn't see Jared anymore, so Jared with the disconnect, and so we have Martin in the lead, not in the race but also for the season. And we have Alejandro Gonzalez and Melvin Milastin fighting for P2. And Chris Egard is defending himself and Toby's position against Paul. Yeah, but this is really bullshit. That we lost Paul. Not Paul, that we lost Jared. So disconnect, or let's say engine failure for our leading car. Yeah. Toby also writes it here in the chat, yes, with the disconnect. And this makes these two drivers fighting for E2. White fighting against Ati for the third place in the silver grid, or silver tier. And here we have the fight for P11. And Paul is coming in to the pits. So but there was no problem for the FIFA. No, it was quite okay. Oh, and Ati, the next one who did a big mistake. And by the way, Dave is standing in... No, Van Hoyle is standing in the pits and causing a yellow flag, which is really annoying for the other drivers. No great weather to race. You mean here in Zandvoort or uh, in South Africa, and this is why you disconnected? Or didn't you disconnect it and rage quit? No, I don't know. I don't think so. Zandvoort. Yeah, but it was okay for you. So you were I think more than 2 seconds in front of your teammate. Or Mr. Rain Man or something like this. Like flooded. So, and now we have Paul right behind Gonzalez and Milastem. So, looks like he could win a position by going into the pits. Yeah, it's not really good. Yeah, it's a little bit chaotic and a lot of mistakes here on track. So Artie now fighting against Risk. And Lloyd is on P10 after the pit stop of Paul. And Mohammad Hamza is fighting against Patrice de Rieg. And we are only waiting for the next big problem for any driver. And still the yellow flag because of Van Hoyle. Oh, and here we have Hamza going a little bit too far at Rotemaker Bocht, I think it was. Yeah, and Martin only have to drive till the end and avoid mistakes. Sippifee, einen wunderschönen guten Abend auch an dich. Na guck mal, erinnert mich irgendwie ans Wochenende hier das Wetter. Kennen wir irgendwo her, oder? Ich glaube, so schlimm war es auf der Schleife dann nicht. Eifelwetter, genau. Eifelwetter ist nach Zandvoort weitergezogen. Kann es nicht mehr sehen. Ja, ich auch. Ich muss ehrlich sagen, nach dem Wochenende habe ich eigentlich auch genug. Weil das Gemeine ist, ich habe dann ja frühmorgens nochmal reingeguckt, als ich dann nicht mehr gestreamt habe, nach 10 Stunden. Und da war dann plötzlich kein Regen mehr. Fast sogar Sonnenschein. Ich habe gedacht, ich gucke nicht richtig. Yeah, we are just talking about the 24 hours race at the Nürburgring from this weekend, where we have 9 hours, 10 hours of rain during my whole stream. Or during nearly the whole stream. And now we have Archibald quite in... Hoppala. Huh? Atti Klaassen is winning a position against Oscar. And then we have Salt fighting against Patrice. Yeah, but it's really hard to drive behind another car. Oh, and Gold Barabbas is coming in for his pit stop. So Patrice is going up to P14. Yeah, and Kendall's still fastest silver driver, but getting pressure from behind by Roland Jordan. And Alejandro Gonzalez is getting closer to Melvin Milastin, but not for long. Ja, und jetzt kommt hier so langsam auch die Boxenstopp-Phase. I think we will see the next pit stops in a few minutes, because we are near to the halftime of the race. And Frisk right behind Klaassen again. Ja, Silverstone kann ich mir voll vorstellen, dass das anstrengend war. Aber war ja ein gutes Rennen. Was war es am Ende? P3, ne? Oh, und Gonzalez right behind Melvin Milastin. Oh, and Milastin is coming in for his pit stop. Also René Lehnen, P17, now P18 is coming in to the pits.
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
And let's see, Paul against Milastin. Oh, he lost a lot of time. Let's see if he's able to stay in front of Jordan, who's coming into the pits on P9 or 10. Yeah, Martin is coming in to the pits, and Jordan now done with his pit stop, and he's also in front of Paul. So what happens to Paul after his pit stop. I think there was a little mistake, or maybe not only a little mistake. So Jordan stays in front of the British Ferrari. And now we have Gonzalez on first place, Chris Egert P2, Big Jeff third place, and we are looking for Melvin Milastin, but he of course stays not on track, not this of course, but he lost oh, and he's doing another pit stop. Oh no, did he change the tires to dry tires? Oh my god, I think so, but no. I don't think that I'm not really sure. So now we have the pit stop from the Spanish driver. Oh, and the Estonian Lambo stays outside. And also Big Jeff stays out of the box, or the pits. And then we have one of the two in pink, and he's also not doing his mandatory stop. So, and after the two stops, Milastin lost P2. Oh, and what is this? The next one who could get P2 crashed, and now it's the time for Chris Egert to shine. Maybe he's able to get the second place. Let's see. So we will have the more or less sensation that we have none of the fastest sim racers on P2. Normally is P1 and P2 for these two. But because of the disconnect by Jared, we will have another driver on second place. And at the moment everything looks like this driver will be Chris Egert Rynkianen. Oh no, and Chris Egert with the problem. What's wrong today? What are you doing, guys? And now Big Jeff is able to get second place. It's like a little, I don't know what Fluch in English means, but It's like no one is able to get P2 or at the moment P1. And at the moment we have Jeffrey, who could or would take P2 after his pit stop. I think Chris Egert is coming in for the pits to this lap after his crash. And no, but Big Jeffrey is coming into the pits. And now let's see, he's only... He needs only to stay in front of Victor, and this would be second place for him. So let's see, otherwise we have Victor driving for P2. Only 20 drivers, oh no. Only 19 drivers left. Yeah, and Jeff is finished, is done with his pit stop. And now he's coming out of the pits right, not right behind, but after Martin, and he's at the moment everything looks like he's getting the second place. Paul only P10 at the moment. But okay, I think he will get 3 more positions, which brings him to P7. Yeah, now he's in front of Victor, Lloyd and Robert. And he's fighting against Jordan for now P6. And we have Chris Egert in the pits. And then we have to take a look for Big Jeff. And Jeff is going into the last corner. Oh, and Chris Egert. Maybe Chris Egert is able to get P2. Let's see. Oh, it will be really close. Here is Jeff. Here is Chris Egert. And Chris Egert stays in front of Big Jeff. So at the moment we have the Dutch driver Martin in front, then we have the Estonian driver in the Lamborghini on second place, and the second Dutch driver, Big Jeffrey van Buren, on third place, followed by the Swedish driver. Then we have the next Swedish driver, one of the Hungarian drivers, and the first British driver. Yeah, but it's really close, also not only between Roland and Paul, but also between Big Jeff and Chris Egert. So let's see who's able to stay on P2 or beziehungsweise, yeah, or is able to get P2. Yeah, but I can tell you something, and this is, you won't be in the position of Jeffrey, because like you see nothing. So also if we are using the driver cam, you see nothing. And this is not the weather in which you would like to race. So like you hear, we have a lot of Pfützen. Oh, what is Pfütze in English? Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, puddles. Ah, yeah, puddle. So a lot of puddles on track. Oh, and Paul now in front of Roland. So Paul was able to overtake the silver driver, and Jordan now fastest silver driver right in front of Kendall. And here we have the fight for P2. Oh, and we have a back marker right in front of Chris Egert, and this is Mohamed Hamza. So let's hope that the driver on P14 is aware of the fight between P2 and 3 behind him. I think he will let them pass. Yeah. Nice one. Great job. And Frisk is fighting against Archibald or P10. And still absolute shit conditions. Ooh. Even our helicopter, I don't know, doesn't know where he's filming. And at the moment Jeffrey is losing a little bit against Chris Egert. Still 14 minutes to go. A lot of time to make mistakes for both of them. Ja, das stimmt. Servus Shadow Gaming. Da kann ich aber nichts dafür. Normalerweise eigentlich nicht. Also normalerweise bin ich eher dafür bekannt, wenn du bei mir zufälliges Wetter einstellst, dass ich dann irgendwie immer für schönes Wetter stehe. Aber hier war tatsächlich, glaube ich, Regen auch angesagt. Also da kann ich relativ wenig dafür. Dass es natürlich hier so sinnflutartig regnet und wir quasi... Also dagegen sind, glaube ich, die Bedingungen vom Wochenende noch gut. Denn das hier ist schon sehr übertrieben. Also habe auch selten so viele gesehen, die verlassen haben. Ich weiß gar nicht, wir sind, glaube ich, über 10 Leute, die uns verlassen haben. Können ja mal gucken. Jetzt sind wir bei 18 Fahrern und wir waren bei 29, also 28 zumindest, die eine Quali-Zeit gesetzt haben. Also das ist schon nicht normal. Aber wie gesagt, es ging ja hier auch die ganze Zeit chaotisch zu. So really bad conditions today. More than 10 drivers left or disconnected. I'm pretty sure at least one driver doesn't rage quit. Because Jared was far away in the lead when he left the server. Yeah, but it looks like that Chris Egert is able to stay on P2. Martin, of course, will bring this home. So I think even a crash couldn't stop him by winning this race. Ach guck, Shadow Gaming ist jetzt auch bei ACC unterwegs. Ja, wie gesagt, dafür, ach, bei iRacing so rum, dafür fehlt mir einfach der PC, der da irgendwas kann. Aber auch wenn, dann wäre es bei mir auch nicht iRacing. By the way, zum Wohl. Ich habe gerade einen Schluck getrunken, wie man es vielleicht gehört hat. So, and yeah, I think Jeffrey is happy with E3, maybe. So it doesn't looks like he tries to attack Chris Egert. Maybe he's waiting for the mistake by the Estonian driver. And I think Patrice will attack Roald Barabbas if he has the option. Nope. Pop, pop, pop. It's so ridiculous. You see nothing. And at the moment, Jeffrey is getting closer to this Egert. So maybe I was a little bit too fast to tell Jeff that he's not trying to overtake Chris Egert. Okay, and you are watching this fight and I need to do a little break. Be back till the end of the race. Just a second. So, and big sorry for this little break. And only 18 drivers left. Patrice still right behind Barabbas. And Jeffrey, meanwhile, more than 1.5 seconds behind Chris Egert. All on 5th place. And also Melvin Milaston gone. It's really interesting. But like we said, really chaotic conditions today. I think not the worst race to miss for Toby. And let's see, where is Martin? Martin is coming in to the last 2 corners, right behind Jordan. And I think this will be the last lap, so 33 laps at the end. This means 1.5 laps for Chris Egert to fight for P2, or to stay at P2. Chapman 1.2 seconds behind Risk, and Patrice meanwhile more than 6 seconds behind Barabbas. And Barabbas right in front of Paul, who also... No, he's not in his last lap, because he's in front of Hyans. So 1 more lap to go for Paul. And Chris Egert is starting his last lap with 2 seconds space to Big Jeff, Jeffrey Van Buren. Oh, and what is this? This is Patrice with a big problem. Oh, and is he now... No, he's not in the danger to get overtaken by Matic. And I think he only wants to avoid another lap, and this is why he let Martin pass. Yeah, and then we have our winner for today's race, but I think he is happy about the win, but not happy how it happens, because I think he would be more happy when, or if he had the option to overtake his teammate. Jordan finished P6 in front of Slater, then we have Klaassen P8. Best result for the South African driver. Archibald P9, Oscar P10 in front of Chapman, really close in front of Chapman. Then we have Matic P15 and I think Smith P12, or maybe it's Mats. No, it's Smith P12 and Hamza. No, and Mats P16, and here we have Chris Egert finished second place, and Big Jeffrey Van Buren on P3, which is really fantastic for these two drivers. And then we have Hammarlund P4, also a good result for the Swedish Mustang driver, and Paul P6. Yeah, quite interesting race. So maybe, let's see, maybe we have some interview guests. Then we have Paul on P5 and Scholt Barabas P14. So, and now let's have a look for the result. So we have Martin, the winner of this race, and this means he's our current leader in the championship standing. Chris Egert, after 2 weeks, he could not start. We have P2 for the Estonian Lambo driver. And then we have Big Jeffrey Van Buren on 3rd place. Oh. Victor Hammarlund P4, Paul Wiedler P5, then Roland Jordan and Kendall Slater, the first 2 silver drivers. Then Atti Klaassen P8 and Stephen Archibald P9. P10 goes to Sweden for Oscar Frisk. Then we have Lloyd Chapman and Robert Smith, Mohamed Hamza, Scholt Barabas, Patrice Derik, Bosidar Matic, then Mac Matz and René Lehnen. Yeah, and then we have Milasten, Gonzalez, Swenningson, Overy, Vermeulen, Van Hoyle, Lenormand, Radek, Sandham, Urban and Taylor. And all of these did not finish the race. Yeah, and then again, only for your information, next week we have race number 6 at at Laguna Seca, but I will miss this race because of my off week, and we see each other in 13 days and 22 hours at the Nürburgring. I think we are at the GP course this time. And yeah, not at the GP course. We are on Friday when we are back for the next stream, and this will be the last stream for the next week. Und ja, also ich glaube, wir sehen heute hier keinen Interviewpartner mehr, von daher können wir das hier, glaube ich, auch kurz halten. Also, wir wünschen euch auf jeden Fall einen schönen Abend, good evening, und wir sehen uns dann auf der Schleife wieder am Freitag nochmal, bevor ich dann, wie gesagt, eine Woche und 2 Tage Pause mache. Also wir sind dann erst wieder am übernächsten Montag vermutlich bei den Jungs der SRN am Start. Oder eben dann in 2 Wochen hier bei den Jungs von Apex. Bis dahin erstmal schönen Abend, seid lieb zueinander, haltet die Ohren steif, macht's gut, das war's für heute. Ciao, ciao.